The Jets are heading into the 2023 season, and we're not sure what to do with quarterback. We know Mike White is at least probably a viable backup. We know Zach Wilson will most likely be on the team. You develop him, you root for him, but you cannot bank on either one of those guys being the day one starter in 2023. Can't bank on it. So we're in the market for a quarterback. And where do we turn? The draft? No, thank you. Okay. If somebody falls to us and JD is sure again, this is the guy. Okay. Do you think the next Mahomes fell to you? Whatever. But that encompasses, number one, the risk that you pick a bust. Number two, that we're not sure if we have the infrastructure in place to develop a young quarterback. And number three, all the growing pains of having a rookie when we're in year 3 of Saleh's tenure and we have expectations for playoffs. And now you have the growing pains of a young quarterback kind of restarting that clock again. So no thank you to that. And then it leaves you with a lot of retreads from other teams. And in my opinion, the Jets got to just cut the check for a legitimate starter. Now, I know there's some guys there's some like maybe a Minshew. Hey, maybe. You know what? I like Minshew. I really do. But are we banking on that? That's what we're banking on? Maybe. I haven't watched a ton of film on him, but I don't know. Give me a guy who's been a starter in the league for multiple seasons and they know what they got going on. You bring up Derek Carr. Half the people hate him. Half the people say, no doubt we should bring him in. I don't know. I don't love Carr. I don't know if he'd be great in New York. I don't know if he'd be great for cold weather. But I know that he can complete 60+% of his passes and he can throw for 4,000 yards. And if we had Derek Carr this year, there's absolutely zero doubt at all that we would be in the playoffs. Doesn't make him a perfect fit. He's an option. Where you like Jimmy G, is he going to stay healthy? We don't know. Tom Brady, you make a call. Oh, you're not a real Jets fan if you... Okay. Guilty as charged. I have a feeling if he did ended up doing it, which look, him and Peyton were going to Miami. They were going to Miami. It was happening. So is it that far-fetched that he would want to join another AFC East team? Probably, but you make the call. You absolutely make the call. Aaron Rodgers, you make the call too. It's unlikely. He's 40 years old. He's making whatever amount of money, but he dragged that they're going to make the playoffs with a roster that is way less talented than ours because he forced them to with a broken thumb. You make the call. Lamar Jackson, you even make the call there too. We can't do it with our cap space. We could trade for... You make the call. You find out. You do your due diligence. But most likely the Brady, Rodgers, and Lamar are not realistic. And we're living in the Jimmy G, Derek Carr, Ryan Tannehill, Daniel Jones if he sneaks away. I like Daniel Jones. That's the kind of quarterback that I want to bring in. And look, a lot of people will say with somebody like a Carr or a Daniel Jones, you'll say, well, you're never going to win a Super Bowl with that guy. Probably. If the Jets signed Derek Carr to a 3-year deal, would I bet on them winning the Super Bowl within those 3 years? No. I wouldn't. Probably the same thing if they signed Jimmy G. But this is where we're at, guys. And I want Joe Douglas to be here for a long time. I want him to be our GM for 25 years. And within those 25 years, get a Super Bowl. Or 2. Be amazing. But how about you break the longest playoff drought? In professional sports, it's going to be because the Sacramento Kings are about to make the playoffs. So out of the 4 major professional sports in America, we have the longest playoff drought. How about we break that? How about we become a perennial playoff team? How about we become the Vikings? Oh, they're frauds. Wouldn't that be nice to be like a 12-win team and have other people saying, the Jets aren't real, just wait till they get in the playoffs? Sign me up for a few years. Sign me up. And then once you have that stability at quarterback, then you can evaluate your coaching staff. You can figure out for sure what you got in Saleh and LaFleur, what you got in your other pieces. It's tough to evaluate your team through the lens of no quarterback. So let's get one. Whatever one they like best. We're going to argue about it all year long. I don't have a definite number one guy. I'm open. I'm willing to be persuaded. Let me know who you like. Make your pitch. I'm all ears. But we got to get a competent adult in here with a solid resume. And if you think it's Zach, well then fine, dude. He could still be on the team. And if we bring in a Jimmy G for a year or two, and Zach explodes and he leaps some He's starting. Jimmy G's an expensive backup for a little bit, and then you trade Jimmy G, and then no harm, no foul. If you're still believing that Zach Wilson's that dude too. Fine. Got to get someone in here, though. Let me know who you like. I'm not sure. Not even sure who my number one guy is. But we got to do something, man. Because with all of this team's flaws, and I've been giving it to the coaches recently, but with all of that competent quarterback play this year, we definitely win 2 more games and we're in the playoffs. And we don't go very far, maybe. Maybe our coaching catches up to us, our inexperience catches up to us in the first round. We go home, so be it. We're still looking at this team and this coaching staff and the future of this organization way differently if we hit a few more passes and we make the playoffs. So let's do that next year. Go Jets.